Most Souls players arrived at the series after the title that actually started this new genre, Demon's Souls. Having launched in Japan in February 2009, many players wondered why the title was never remastered or offered internationally for PlayStation Now. In this article, we explore the possibility of a Demon's Souls remaster or a possible Demon's Souls sequel. To understand where Demon's Souls lies in the development landscape, we must first know how it came to be and how originally it struggled. At the time that Demon's Souls was released, the industry standard was that games would handhold the player through multiple tutorials to make access to each game mechanic straightforward and simple, and give ample warning of possible negative consequences of actions. The ultimate evolution of this thinking around game design was the so-called Super Guide in Super Mario Bros., also released in 2009, where if the player got stuck, the game would play itself. Along came Demon's Souls, stubbornly challenging these conventions by presenting a game that not only lacked tutorials, but would actively punish the player for dying by making the game harder. The decision behind this was not due to masochism, the game's director Hidetaka Miyazaki assured us, but rather the objective was to provide a true sense of accomplishment and minimize over-communication from the developers to and between players. While modern revisionist history tells everyone what an amazing success the game was, the original reception by Famitsu was quite muted, a total of 29 out of 40, with the 4 reviewers giving 2 7s, a 6 and a 9. Similarly, Sony Computer Entertainment, who worked on the project via Sony Japan Studio, clashed with From Software after initial audience tests revealed the difficulty was perceived as so high that the marketing team wanted to wash their hands of the project, effectively discarding a global launch. Sony's Shuhei Yoshida himself commented in 2008 after playing just 2 hours of the game, "This is crap. This is an unbelievably bad game." Before the game was released, and the game's playing public had a chance to deliver their verdict, Sony had already decided it was way too hard to succeed, based on the opinions of marketing executives and the press, and made the significant decision to sell international publishing rights. Shuhei Yoshida commented to Game Informer in 2012, explaining his previous comment, "What happened with Demon's Souls was until very late in the game's development, we were not able to play the game through. There were frame rate issues and the network was not up and running. We underestimated the quality of the game, and to be honest, the media in Japan did the same." As a result, the game was published only in Japan by Sony, and no amount of Japan hardcore success convinced them that they may be wrong. The North American publishing rights were sold to Atlus, and the European rights to Bandai Namco. And here's the crux of any remaster consideration. From Software and Japan Studio developed the game. Sony, Atlus and Bandai Namco all published it. Sony owns the IP, but can't publish outside Japan, where the biggest markets reside. So, how do you go about making a remaster? Who will pay for it? And how does the developer maximize their profit? In the same telling interview, Game Informer commented, "I feel one of Sony's biggest software mistakes this generation was passing on publishing Demon's Souls in North America and Europe." Shuhei Yoshida responded, "Absolutely, tell me about it, 100% agree." Sony's international abdication from the Demon's Souls launch gave Bandai Namco an incredible opportunity to work with From Software to launch Dark Souls, and it wasn't until Bloodborne that Sony managed to revive that special relationship they had originally held with From Software. But it's now been almost 9 years since the Japanese launch of Demons, and we may be getting the first clues of the 3 companies finally sorting out this complicated relationship. Atlus has previously closed and reopened the Demon's Souls servers, and the Japan ones have steadily been there. The game was also available on PlayStation Now in Japan, thanks to Sony's publishing ownership in that region. So it is rather notable that all 3 regions are now shutting down their servers simultaneously. At the same time that From announces a break from Dark Souls, Bandai Namco goes off to make Code Vein as a new in-house Souls-like, and after we hear rumours of a 3-game deal between From Software and Sony Japan Studio. Speculation that the server shutdown could aim to create a clear break from the PS3 version to bring players into the next gen also makes some degree of commercial sense, as it would force latecomers to the Souls party to purchase an upcoming full-price title that would hold all of the online components. Keep in mind Sony is not in the business of selling their IP, meaning they won't sell the Demon's Souls IP. Shuhei Yoshida commented, "We never sell our IP. Well, I should never say never, but it's not our business. Our business is to grow our IP, and we love Demon's Souls. From Software is a very important business partner, so we'll see." As we see it, the conditions for a remaster would be: first, clarity of publishing rights and economic arrangement between the publishing owners. This could come about if the publishing deal was time limited. For example, they had 8 years after which the rights returned to Sony. Alternatively, this could happen if Sony repurchases the publishing rights or sells the rights to one of the other companies, which is admittedly extremely unlikely. Next, publishing rights did not extend to sequels or were timed on that front. So if a Demon's Souls 2 or Demon's Souls Return to Boletaria was to be made, Sony would be able to publish globally. Finally, the good ongoing relationship between From Software, Sony Computer Entertainment and Sony Japan Studio. This is because assets and work from both studios delivered the finished product, and it would necessitate participation of both to recreate the experience. We think this condition has been more than fulfilled considering the absolute success of Bloodborne and the recent Miyazaki and Yoshida sightings. From Software loves to be a tease, and rumours of a Dark Souls remaster, a Dark Souls trilogy for Switch, and Bloodborne 2 have come and not completely gone, keeping fans on their toes. The latest Game Award trailer coincided with the revelation that Yasuhiro Kitao of Sony Japan Bloodborne PR fame has changed jobs to manage PR communications for From Software. Following this revelation, and just a few days later, he delivers another wink by commenting on how busy Demon's Souls is currently. On the one hand, this seems completely innocent, as it makes sense as a rush for everyone to get as many online actions as they can before the server shutdown. But, of course, we wouldn't be Souls fans without convoluted theories and over-analysis of the evidence, so we're left wondering if there's a further hint hidden beside the tweet. All of this only adds to the ever-growing speculation regarding what From Software is up to. If you'd like to know more, you can check out our Shadows Die Twice analysis and the previous Bloodborne 2 clue hunting. And if we hear anything, we'll be sure to let you know.